My chariot awaits. Good morning. It's a little cold. I'm in Philly. If you guys didn't know, I brought back the TIG classes, and I teamed up with Primeweld to do a class in New Jersey at Primeweld's headquarters, and this is the very first one that we're doing. I just hopped a red eye to get out here, so I'm dead friggin' tired. But join me for the very first annual Primeweld TIG welding class hosted by yours truly.
Welcome to New Jersey.
Thank you. Good morning. Got me a solid, I don't know, 10, 12 hours of sleep or so, something like that, who knows. But it's Friday for me. We got to get all of these machines tested out today. Make sure that everything is good to go. I got to finish putting all the consumables in. We got to run every single one of these hoods, make sure that they're on point. Every single machine, we got to test, make sure that all of my connections are good, test all of the functions that we used for the class. Like, if I didn't say this before, every single one of these stations, this machines, this whole facility here is brand spanking new. So it's a lot of testing for me. I don't think I'm gonna get all of it on video, probably some more time lapses and stuff, but damn, I am so much more charged and energized today. I am so pumped for tomorrow. Let's get friggin' cranking on this stuff. Machine one. Let's make sure we'll use basically my factory settings. I'm feeling 125 amps or so today. Why not? Everything else zeroed out. Half second there. Not that many seconds there. 2T AC, no pulse. Check connections. We're set. Gas is on. We'll figure out what it's flowing here. Little tappy tap. Running these 6 cups about 15 CFH. Come over here. Make sure that my shade, running shade 10, delay 0, sensitivity. I like the hoods a little bit more sensitive, so we're going to 11 in here. It's kind of a safety thing for people that don't really know any better. It's better that the hood goes dark on one rather than not at all. So let's make another weld. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning.
All right. It's officially the day of the class. I got everything done yesterday, and then I just kind of stopped recording. Went out, had a good old time. But I was telling Gene a little bit ago here that this Primeweld facility, or this location of classes, is going to make everybody so friggin' happy that I'm probably never going to book a class in Vegas again. I mean, look at this. It's super freaking clean. We got waters for everybody. We're getting some donuts. We're getting some coffee. We're getting all kinds of other stuff. Like, this is a world-class TIG teaching facility right now. This is insane. And I didn't ask for any of this. And they're just like, this is Primeweld, brother. This is how we do it. So I'm pumped. I'm going to record as much as I can today, here and there. But of course, you know, people paid to learn how to how to TIG, so I'm going to focus primarily on that, but we'll see what we get into. I'm super excited, rather nervous. Tell you a secret, this is the most I've ever taught in one sitting, but we'll get it. I'm confident. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you guys so much for coming out. This is like kind of a dream come true. It's a huge thing, and you know, this is the first time I've actually taught this many people at once, and it's the first time I've had such a high-class facility to teach in. So normally it's just like a little spot on the side of my shop wherever I can make happen, reorganize everything. So massive shout out to all of the crew at Primeweld, Dustin's hiding inside of there. Gene's the guy everybody knows because they're usually who you're talking to when you call. These guys absolutely went ham on this, and to me it's a dream come true to be here and be able to do this. And you know, I can't thank these guys enough for it. So really awesome there. If you feel the sudden urge to leave a bad review, just remember that this is my class. So you have to go to the fabrication series, listing to put a shitty review. Don't put it on Primewelds. They're just giving you the space, right?
That's right. Let's not get negative.
Well, look, I haven't had any yet, but it's like, you know,
So you can just
I
stop
still throw out that little info there, you know. Anyway, in TIG welding, the whole idea here is, or at least the best way to explain it is, whatever it is that you did with any other discipline, you still never learned how to TIG. So everything you understood with any other process is going to be sometimes even the exact opposite control when it comes to TIG. So just try to relax, clear your head of everything you know, and we'll all just start right back down from the beginning. So throughout the day, if you got any questions on anything, of course, shout them out. You'll also realize that on camera, I'm a little bit different than in person. I am a real sarcastic son of a bitch. I love poking fun, making things exciting. So if I fire a shot, fire it right back. It's not gonna hurt me. I'm a welder. Well, I play one on the internet, so at least we're good there. Yeah. So I'm also very guilty of this. I've forgotten to turn my water cooler on. I'll tell you, if you ever do that, if you have a water cooler, you forget to turn the unit on, or it's not automatic or anything else like that, you have about 45 seconds until the lead starts glowing bright orange, and it takes out everything else with it. So yeah, it's a big rookie mistake, but water cooling is a really nice feature.
Is that a standalone piece of equipment that you can add at some point? Or
Yes.
Is it
For-
part of the welder?
For almost every water cooler is universal application. But as far as torch is concerned, it's really important to know which one you have. Okay, that's probably the best thing, because every single series of torch has it's basically a family of consumables. So as long as you know which ones you have, that's really all you need, right? Best way to find out what you have, you look on the side of it. Okay, this one here says CK17FX. CK is obviously the manufacturer's prefix. Most people know WP, which I believe stands for Weldcraft Products, but that is the #1 knocked off torch in the entire world. So if you bought it from Amazon for $12, it's not a Weldcraft. It's a piece of shit, right? But you'll still see it on the side of there, right? 17 in this case would be the actual series of torch, right? So this is a CK Worldwide number 17. FX means it's flexible. You can do this, right? You can turn it into a question mark if you want while you're welding. Makes it very convenient for whenever you're in a position or in a spot or whatever, you know, it's helpful, right? They don't always have the X at the end of it. That's just CK's thing. Sometimes it just says F, right? The most important thing to note about this one is if you have a torch that doesn't have an F, don't try to F it. Because then it's going to be B, which means broken. And you're the one who's F'd. So make sure you actually look at the side of it. If it says nothing, there is a little bit of common sense here. If you try to start flexing it and it doesn't flex, it's not flexible. Exactly. So we've got head and handle, and then we have our collet body. Okay. This one here is a gas lens. And for those of you who might be confused, there is no such thing as a glass lens, right? You might have heard somebody say, I need a glass lens. There's no such thing. A gas lens is basically a collet body with a bell housing and a handful of screens on it, right? That diffuses and disperses the gas a little bit more evenly across your part.
And how do you cut your tungsten?
Abrasive. Usually a cutoff wheel.
Yeah. Okay.
Some people get like crazy, like diamond wheel, everything, dedicated, blah, blah. That's nonsense. For practice sessions and stuff, man, find something that's sharp and spin that sucker around, and there you go. Honestly, right? Is it good practice? I mean, this is where I would get booed off the internet. I hope your cameras aren't rolling, right? But in all honesty, people take cleanliness of, tungsten and everything serious. You're never going to notice a difference. Like, you might notice a difference if the striations in your grind angle, like everybody says that your tungsten grind angle has to be perfectly longitudinal, down the tungsten, whatever the case is, right? But if you're spinning it, what's it going to do? It's going to create a little bit of an arc at the top of it, right? That's not perfectly longitudinal. Are you going to notice the difference? No. But if the grind is axial going across the tungsten face, you would notice it if you knew what you were looking for. But if you don't know any better, you're not going to see a difference, flat out, right? If your tungsten is a little bit dirty or oxidized, you're not going to see a difference. To professionals, yes, people that have been doing this and staring at it a long time, yeah, we'll see some differences. But you know what we're going to do? We're just going to work around it. Because we know what we're doing, right? We've seen it. So nevertheless, don't get too carried away with your tungsten grinds and stuff like that. And there's also a reason why I insist that people try fucking it up. Because you're going to see it. You're realizing that all throughout the day. I said this on my live stream yesterday, everybody was watching. All we're really doing is collecting data, right? There's no such thing as the one thing that's going to make you well, right? You're not going to encounter upon, oh, this setting was off a little bit, and now I'm gonna stack up dimes like one of the best. It's not going to happen. You're going to collect data. You're going to kind of analyze it as you go, and then you're going to run again and again and again and again. And the more you run through it, the more data you collect, and then you finally get what we call the click point. It's different for everybody else. Some people get it in like 5 minutes, and I hate those guys. It took me a lot longer, right? Some people it may take 5 months. Some people it may take 5 years. All you gotta do is keep running that shit, knowing what you know, and you're collecting data. That's all you're doing, right? Each time you lay down another one, you apply some of the things that you learned, and you go again, right?
If you're going to address it later, we can defer, but what about point angle?
Okay, the angle, you're gonna find lots of different information about that. But as far as the angle is concerned, I usually say somewhere between 30 and 40 degrees of grind angle. You're going to find information about shallow angles produce light penetration is what they say, right? And then a blunt angle, like let's say 60 degrees or so, is going to be heavy penetration. Is this true? It is, to somebody who knows how to use it. To somebody who does not have the experience with it, you're going to be like, well, I penetrated too far into this part, I need to change my grind angle. Well, maybe you changed your grind angle and you went for a really shallow one that would theoretically sit the bead on top and you blew a hole in it. Well, why? It's because you don't know how to use it, right? So just, you'll hear me say this throughout the day, just look at what's in front of you. That's always the answer, right? It's never going to be your grind angle's messed up. It's never going to be I sharpened the tungsten the wrong way. It's never going to be I used this color of tungsten. It's not going to be because you didn't use enough acetone, right? You ever see those guys, like you get on the groups or whatever, they're like, oh, I just acetoned my part. And then I wiped it with acetone. And then I acetoned my gloves. And then I put acetone on my filler. And then I put acetone on the table. And then I put acetone on the tungsten. I wiped the torch with acetone. Then I re-wiped my gloves. I acetoned the part again. Then I acetoned the wire brush. Then I brushed it in only one direction. And then I acetoned it after that just to clean it off with acetone. I laid down a shitty weld. What am I doing wrong? Well, it wasn't your lack of acetone. I can tell you that one. Right? So, but anyway, there's, like I said, there's a lot of things you don't have to worry too much about. And the second thing a lot of people do is when they loosen up their back cap to take their tungsten out, they'll turn it like this. It's gone. If you got a wedge style collet, you got to take the whole thing apart because the wedge won't let it come back out. The slit style usually does. Okay. Now, the biggest rookie move that I see is as soon as you got your torch assembled and then you go to change your tungsten out, you know how many people I see take apart the entire torch? You don't need to do that. Loosen up the back cap, take the tungsten out, put a new piece in, tighten it back down. You don't need to take the back cap apart. You don't need to take the consumables down. I've literally watched people disassemble gas lenses. I don't know why, It's an ignorance to it, right? But here's the good news. That's all you need to change out your tungsten, loosen up the back cap, take it out, put a new piece in, set it, tighten it back up, get back to welding. Questions on torches? Or tungsten? Or anything else? Something else I cover in the videos? You name it, I might have an answer.
Tungsten would only be too short.
He was raising his hand.
Excuse me. You already said speak up, so if I don't even know who's speaking, I thought.
I'll get to you just a second.
So if where I was heading was, can the tungsten be too short?
Yes.
And that would be measured if the collet doesn't grab it.
Yes, that would be it. So if you got nothing to clamp down on it, throw it away. You're going to see that happen today. Right?
So they tell you to cut it
Yes.
to avoid
Contamination.
contamination.
Yeah. Right? But what is contamination and how far does it apply?
Yeah.
On a practice piece, who cares? Right? On a practical application, virtually everything's going to have contamination in it, right? When people compare contamination levels, they're talking about microscopic shit on an aerospace test, okay? Virtually every single weld, no matter what you do, like there's a theory that you could chase if you wanted to go that far with it, but you know, let's just say that you have a dedicated wheel with like diamond tip, all that stuff on it, and you sharpen your tungsten, then you goober up and you stick it back in there and sharpen it again. Every tungsten, therefore, afterwards is going to be contaminated, right? There's all that shit that goes around there, right? So,
space welding?
Huh?
I'm sorry.
Did you raise your hand?
No, I didn't. That's what I said.
Next problem.
We got schooled in that one.
I'm in the queue.
little things here. If you can't see it, you can't weld it. Then don't keep welding it. Talk to me. We'll see if we can figure it out. If, as we're going throughout the day here, I mean, it's a lot cooler here than it is in the desert where I'm from, but we're going to have to periodically take breaks here to allow the machines, the torches, the plates, everything else. If they're all going to get hot, let them cool down. If your torch is smoking friggin' hot, or, you know, your plates, it's uncomfortable to lean on your table because your plate is really, really hot, stop welding. Okay. Even if we haven't called for break yet, you know, right? We're sewing with fire here. There's several thousand degrees that we're playing around with, right? It seems crazy, but we don't go out of our way to cause ourselves harm or pain or anything else like that. So if you can't hold your torch, it's in my hands. Yeah, so I can't pass a fingerprint reader to save my life, you know. Hey, but I'll still give everybody the same courtesy here, saying we don't do that, all right? But if, like I said, if the thing's smoking hot, set it down, let it cool down, be honest with yourself, because if it's hot and it's uncomfortable, you're gonna weld like shit. Straight up, right? So if we haven't called for break, put it down. Like I said, everything's very common sense. So if you're struggling with anything, just wait. And sometimes it helps to take a break. So if I'm over here and you're struggling over here, take 5. Get up, walk around, whatever, you know. You'll discover that if you start getting pissed off at everything that you're looking at because it's not going right, you are gonna weld worse. So I tell everybody, kick back, relax. That's why I like to joke around and just BS and poke around with everybody, because you gotta relax. That's the best way to do it. If you're so serious about it, you're gonna struggle. And I already got your money, so if you want to pay to sit there and throw a fit, I will let you.
That's an fit.
It's a very, yeah, it's quite pricey. Yes it is.
You could either run auto darkening or
You
run
can still run a fixed shade if you want. My
That's-
earlier videos,
That's
you
the
can. When you step on the pedal and start welding, you see everything.
You just hope that you're in the right position.
No, you get yourself in the right position, and then you flip your hood down. And if you do it as long as I have, you have neck problems. Little things like that. Like I said, it's kind of a common sense approach to everything, right? Any other questions so far? All right. We're gonna take let me get this torch over there set up again. We're pretty much on target. We're good. So have a moment, and then we'll go over some machine setup.
Hell yeah.
All this shit. Oh, good morning. Day 2. I was gonna, maybe time lapse this, get a picture of all the cleanup work and everything we do to reset all the stations and all that stuff, but I was like, well, let me just hurry up and get it all done, and then I can pick up the camera and talk to it. Yesterday's class, absolutely phenomenal. I had an hour of me standing right there, just shooting video. That's all I was doing. And then I got so busy, so wrapped up with everybody getting everything going and everything else like that, I never picked up the camera again. So today, I'm gonna pick up the camera again. And hopefully I get most of my voice back. The coffee is helping. Shout out to Wawa. So yeah, we're all set up. We're ready for day 2. I am absolutely blown away. Just to kind of share my experience here. I mentioned before, this is kind of a dream come true. being able to teach a big class like this. And I mean, it really is. I have, I doubted myself for a little bit. I was like, can I really run 10 people all by myself in the extremely fast-paced style in which I'd like to teach, right? So if you've never been to a TFS class, we cover a lot of weeks worth equivalent of training. So, when you get out of here, you're going to be able to confidently understand and redo everything that we've done here, and then be able to apply everything you learned here in the real world, even if I'm not standing over you, right? So pushing 10 people through all of that curriculum in only 8 hours by myself is something. It's really something. So yeah, I wasn't sure if I could get it done, but kept my head in it, man. We had such an awesome class yesterday. I'm super grateful. I mean, it's really, it sounds cliche. Everybody says this all the time, whatever the case. It's all thanks to you guys. It really is. I wouldn't have these classes if I didn't have you guys. I wouldn't have all of this opportunity here. The deals with Primeweld and everything else like that. It's absolutely insane. And then even Primeweld has got these class specials for the students that come here. They don't have to do this, but putting all this together like a package deal for you guys to just take out of here for, smoking friggin' deal. They don't have to do all that stuff, and they do. It's because there's all of this love for the welding community, and there's people and there's companies like Primeweld that just get it. So it's just, I seriously don't have the words. Yeah, a couple little last minute things to get ready, and then back to teaching. I promise I will have the camera up and rolling today, so you guys can get kind of a sneak peek or see what actually goes on inside of a TFS class.
Every machine is unique. You're fine, right? Oh, good. I know it's one. If you will, we'll have an awesome shot back in the day. You can be down in the comments and be like, you see that guy right there?
That's me.
That was me. Yeah, don't worry about it. But as long as you know what the function is, where to find it, and how to adjust it, and what you're looking at, you're good to go. I like analog control machines. I love running up to the machine and just being like, whoop, I need that. Right? Super convenient. But it looks very confusing. You got all these knobs and switches and buttons. You're like, how the hell am I ever going to figure that one out? It's actually very, very simple. Read it like a book. Right? So we'll start up here, move over there, go down the line. All right? Next up, you have your amperage display. Now, on this particular machine, that's all it shows is the amperage. On the 325, for example, you'll see a bunch of LEDs down the side of it that say AS percent in hertz. Right? That means that when you adjust another parameter, it will display on that screen. The accompanying LED will light up with it, so it shows you what you want to adjust. For some people, that's a deal breaker. They're like, oh, I need to know exactly what number I'm supposed to be on. I want exactly 120 hertz. Well, are you going to notice if it's at 121? Probably not, right? So as long as you're close, it's okay. But I get it. If you're one of those, like, I have to have the exact setting, whatever, that's fine. You can get the 325, right? But either way, this machine only displays our main amps, and that's it. Next, AC or DC. So we're starting on aluminum, which means AC. If we're welding aluminum or we're welding magnesium, we're on AC. If we're welding anything else, we're on DC. Main amperage, 1 amp per thousandth of an inch of material thickness. That's what we run with, right? But in this class, we're going to start out a little bit less. It's going to give you a little bit more time to really work with what's in front of you, control it, understand it, etc. You do always want to target your amperage, right? So we're starting with 1/8 inch aluminum. We should have 125 amps. The goal, if you're a total badass, will get you up there. If you're, fucking rock star, we're gonna get you above and beyond that. We can max out the machine if you want. But don't worry about that. That's not achievement unlocked. Just worry about what's in front of you. Most of you guys are just gonna be sitting with about 100 amps today. And then, like I said, if we want to turn you up, we will. A couple of guys I've had did it yesterday. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it never happens. Doesn't really matter. But you definitely don't want to go too low on the amps. So if you come in way under on your amps, you're gonna overheat your part. Remember, the faster you can get in and out of it, the cooler it stays, the more control you have. Okay? Next row, pre-flow. This means that the argon is going to come out of the machine or come out of the torch for a predetermined amount of time before the arc starts. Okay? So a lot of people, they'll set a pre-flow, they'll step on the pedal and be like, well, nothing's happened. So they match it to the floor, Now the time has expired and it gives you every single bit of advance you got, fires it straight into the part. Remember, that is a delay, okay? If you have a machine that has pre-flow on it, give yourself about a half second, okay? What that does is it purges the line, gets the argon pumping onto your part, that gets you a nice smooth arc start, and it pushes all the shit out of it. So you don't have any trash in the beginning of your weld pool when you start if you have a good half second pre-flow. If your machine does not have pre-flow, it's not the end of the world. Tap the foot pedal and you're automatically in the post-flow pedal. So you can learn how to use it. Also,
how to set pulse up.
that's what I was getting to. There is no such thing as a universal setting for pulse, okay? Now, I will reference Jody on this one. He has made the rule of 33 if you've ever heard about it. You know, what, three pulses per second, 30% on time, whatever. I don't remember exactly what it is. Now, here's a funny story from a YouTuber, right? My claim to fame, I guess, would be how to notch tubes without a tube notcher. That was my first breakout video like 10 years ago. In that episode, I literally made up. Now, it mathematically calculates, and it is true every single time, 1/3 diameter equals stroke depth. That's the formula that I created for notching tubes without a tube notcher. And I literally made that up. And now it's a standard. It is literally a standard taught across the entire fucking country, if not in other parts of the world, right? Because it mathematically calculates. I told that story to Jody once, and he says, "You wouldn't believe this. I made up the rule of 33. Conjured it out of thin air, and now it's the standard." So there are no universal pulse settings, even though Jody's rule is very close. When you get some time, you know, under the hood, you get some experience and whatever, go ahead and put that fucker on, see what it does, have some fun with it, play around with it, etc. But for right now, we're leaving it off. And since it's turned off, these three knobs do absolutely fuck all. Which means you can set them wherever you want to look fucking awesome. So if you're over at, you know, you got your buddies over at your house and you lay down a bead and you're like, "Oh shit, bro, you see that one in the middle there? Yeah, turn me up to like 12 o'clock. Thanks, Charles." And then you lay down this sick ass bead. They're gonna be like, "Where did you go?" Yeah, they're gonna be all over that, right? So yeah, set it, forget it, put them wherever you want. They don't work as long as the pulser's turned off, man. That's the cheat code. Okay. So finally, we have postflow. Postflow is two different things. One, it's a timer. It means the argon is going to continuously pump out of the torch after the arc is terminated. Okay. So you on exotic metals, stainless steel, titanium, you know, even carbon steel, chromoly, any one of those, you want to have that post flow continuously pumping, the argon cooling or shielding your part off as it cools, okay? So that's the timer function of post flow. The second thing that post flow is a discipline. That is the act of keeping the torch in place while it's actively cooling. You know how many people are like, "Okay, weld's done." Well, if it's something like stainless steel or titanium, which is ridiculously expensive and extremely sensitive material, you take that post flow away, you just ruined it. Now, there is a rule for post flow or a reference that we can use. It's 1 second per 10 amps. Does anybody follow that shit? No. You know why I don't? Because I'm lazy. I say set the machine somewhere between 8 and 12 seconds. Let's say I got it set at 10. I'm welding some titanium. I need a lot more than 10 seconds. I know I do, but I don't want to go over the machine and finish it with this fuck that. You know, I'm just going to start welding. I'll stop my weld, I'll count to 9. If I need more seconds, I double tap. I step on the pedal again, it resets the timer, the gas keeps on flowing, right? If I get to 19 or 18 seconds or whatever, I'm like, I think I need a little bit more. I'll step on it again, and it just resets and resets. You can run a post flow for 5 minutes if you want to. Just gotta sit there and count and keep on tapping, right?
A lot of days up there.
It would be, yes, but you know, like I said, I'm lazy. I'll just double tap the machine. I set it and forget it. Now you notice that we pretty much only have one knob and one switch, and maybe occasionally these two that we might want to adjust, which is the balancing and frequency, right? So much easier now. Also, worth mentioning yet again, electrode negative, clamp positive. Torch negative, clamp positive. Tungsten negative, clamp positive. You get what I'm saying? That never ever changes for any reason whatsoever. So whether we're on EC or we're on DC, that's the same. It will never ever change. Do not flip your leads. Don't change them around. Don't worry about any of that shit. We do not do it. Leave them right there. You never have to worry about it ever. But anyway, sits across there. Find that center of mass of that torch where it balances. You can do cool welding tricks like this. Flip it around and do whatever. And then with your index finger and your middle finger, once you have it balanced, just stick that around the neck, kind of like holding a cigar maybe.
Well, I was really kind of hoping that I can get some, more shots of these demos and stuff that I do for each one of the students as we go over each exercise. But unfortunately, I was not mic'd up. And when the camera is overhead in this position like you're seeing here, and I'm talking away from it, the audio is terrible. So working without a microphone or not being mic'd up does make my audio suffer a little bit. So got to kind of skip some of these parts. If you want to see what we go over, obviously you book a class in person. But I do have some additional clips here of working with each one of the students as I go around.
All right, we'll see who's going to be my first to get an edge weld. I don't know yet. You get it? All right, all right. I'm going to get one of these. Very nice, very nice. Give it a little bit more power. There you go. You see how you're moving now? One F. Not bad. Not bad. A little hot on that one. A little bit. Did you go over the top on that one?
I tried.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Kind of hard to see the other side, isn't it? Still didn't get it?
Yeah, I can't do what we're doing.
You'll get it. You'll get it. You'll get it. Edge weld number 2. What do you think?
Not bad.
Ah, you nailed it. Were you worried about it, right? You're like, oh no, there's no way I could do that. No, that's a piece of cake. Easy, easy. You get it? How'd it go? All right, started out smooth. You got a little hot toward the end. Not that bad. We got another edge weld. No pressure. You need to give it some beans, man. Give it some power. A little more. See how fluid that is now? All right, watch, you're gonna get too hot here in just a second. Be careful. All right, watch that forward angle. You're firing it right into your hand. See if we can straighten it out. Not bad. Good grip. Good grip. Oh, geez. Come on. I got all 3 of those on camera.
Yeah, I'm all messed up now.
It's all good. You're on a roll. A little bit cold. A little bit cold, but you're good. Sorry if I distracted you. Another edge weld. Get a lot closer. There you go. Get up on those amps and you'll see it start flowing. That's the exact opposite. Come on the amps and start flowing. Need a new one?
Yeah.
All right. Take a look, see what we got here. How we doing?
Trying to figure it out.
Killing it. Make it happen. Let's see. No pressure, but everybody's watching. Let's see if we can fix that mean forward angle. Gotta turn the torch up. Turn the torch up. Come on. Keep going. Keep going. All right, just cut bait. Cut bait. That means stop. Yeah. So get your torch into the part. Into it. All right? You're firing forward. That's gonna blow your filler out every time. So get your torch into the part.
Okay.
We got a sculpture here. Where's the filler?
Huh?
Put a little filler in there. Well, yeah, I mean, you got it.
I'm just packing these up.
Did you say bloop?
No, it's not.
See, it would have gone in so much smoother if you did.
Fucked up.
Yeah. It'll never work. Okay, watch that extreme forward angle. You're firing the torch straight into that filler. Look at how it's boogied up.
Just lean it more vertical.
It needs to be into your part. Watch the forward angle.
All right,
So
into the part.
into it just like that.
All right.
You also have the extreme angle going on again. Bold move. Nice little sculpture. Not bad, not bad. See, look, they're tightening up. Looking a lot smoother. You want some fresh ones or?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm holding the phone, so you get to tear those open. What's up?
A dip.
Dang it.
And filler, I think.
All right.
Thank you. Well, here, I get one third.
You did too?
Yeah, here's 2 of them.
All right, we'll just set them over here. And you probably need some filler as well. I am running a little bit short on filler, so whatever I got is what I got. And it ain't much. After this, I'm officially out of filler. Woof. My bad. Tripping hazard. There's a couple of pieces.
All right,
Couple for
I got
you.
one spot. I'm gonna try to redeem myself here.
All right. Give it all you got.
See if I can do it.
And just like that, we're done. We reset everything, put it all away, come back here in a couple months, and do it all again. Hope to see you on the next class.